Okay, I don't have too many minutes to make a video here. I wanted to talk about the structure of my, well, God, I shouldn't even say the structure. My person, my body, let's see, just some facts about me. I have been in very few fights. I have taken a great many punches, a great many sucker punches. I've neutralized quite a few altercations. I grew up with a general passivity, and I didn't grow up with a religious base from throughout me. I grew up about the LDS culture. I have I've never read the Bible. I have read the Book of Mormon. I always assumed that one could insinuate a great deal about certain books, middle books, chronologically, if one read the book prior and the book after, or something to that effect. Anyway, I have no alibis for who it is I am. I've made choices about how to relate and treat and interact with other people and in my life. And I'll have to say that I haven't made a good many well put together decisions. I like to group, but I like to separate myself from groups. I like to see what they're about, but I don't like to join. Kind of that whole adage of I wouldn't want to join a club that would have me as a member. So if I get into a club, I antagonize, or I move my way out of it. If I'm interested in a club, I antagonize somebody that's about it. So this channel was originally set up as kind of a coating, like a frosting on a cake, right? To frost a cake as opposed to have the frosting chipped away. When I realized that the frosting, kind of like a ding-dong or a Twinkie, is also found within the ding-dong or Twinkie, that kind of changed the parasitic nature of the frosting itself. I feel as if I should be fearful because as frosting, face outward from that which I'm covering, that which I'm coating, and I have an inward association or a tangential association with the things that I antagonize as well. Anyway, and so if I want something more out of, or if I'm trying to cue in or relate or convey information to something without joining it, then I poke at it, I prod at it. I feel as if I have been functioning as a messenger, not the very best messenger by any means, but as a messenger between and amongst camps, trying to figure out opinions, trying to hear them, trying to annihilate, bring them through, bring them out, bring them distant, move them distantly from me. Not believe, but to hear. If I'm believing, to move away from that belief. If there is a truth to be known, there must be an anti-truth or another truth. So I was always an advocate of other truths. I've always, I'd have to say, been slow to step through foreign landscapes, through new groupings, new cultural events. It's always been disheartening, heartening, and at one point I had made a crucial decision to help a friend, and I did that against my own better self-interest, my own teleological goal. Upon collapse of that, I was reaching for and outward towards something to grip onto, and I realized hierarchies existed at that point. So as I got to know myself again, I got to know that I had a history of warring against hierarchies, or that I had a history of pressing away from instead of joining in, locking myself within an ideology, within camps. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen. I suspect certain ideologies are here to rid people of the planet. They're here to efface them, lock them away, harm them. They're here to love them also, but not all of them. I haven't run the course very well. I don't feel as if I was guided into the course very well. But ignorance of the law apparently is no excuse for breaking the law, deconstructing patterns of law without becoming a lawyer. It's another interesting thing, kind of remaining an outsider, the mortar between or amongst bricks, wanting to figure out what one camp needed to supply another camp, and to assume that a nation could live harmoniously in arrested development amongst one another, where resources weren't fought, where souls were not, I guess you could say, warred for, assumed to be in any particular way opposed to and upward, over, down against some impending notion of what it was to live rightly, what it means to adhere to a power structure. The old adage, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, that had to be rejected as well. All attributes of all things that I heard ambiently about all structures had to be rejected. Everything had to be rejected. I had to reject myself. I had to reject loves. I had to reject God. I had to reject, well, I hadn't found God. But once I picked up on what kind of individual I was, I had to really temper myself relative to going against or going with a greater flow at the admonishment of kind of like the well-wishing yet naive or ignorant tribe from which I came. Now I don't know what to do. Now, in the face of everything, I just wish well still, and yet I feel as if I'm listed. Something's ready to predominate everybody, and I guess I wish everybody well, whether I've toyed with, interacted with, loved, had compassion for. Just wish everyone well. Take care.